मृत्युञ्जयं वामदेवं शङ्करं परमेश्वरं तत्त्वतन्त्रसुलीलाढ्यं महादेवं भजाम्यहम्. In this video, we will see the Parvati Kand of Rudra Samhita. Continuing with his story, Brahma said, once Himalaya, the king of the mountains, decided to marry with the desire of expanding his lineage. The deities came to know about his desires, and so they went to the Pitras and requested them to give their daughter Maina so that Himalaya could marry her. The Pitras agreed to this proposal. Thus, Maina got married with Himalaya. Daksha had 60 daughters. Swada was one of them and was married to the Pitras. In due course of time, 3 daughters were born to them, Maina, Danya, and Kalavati. Once all the 3 of them went to Shvetadvipa to have a darshan of Lord Vishnu. Right then, sages like Sanak Sanandan arrived there. Everybody present there stood up in reverence, but Maina, Danya, and Kalavati could not identify who they were, and hence they remained sitting. Not only that, they did not even make any salutations to them. The sages became angry and cursed them to be born as humans in their next birth. Maina, Danya, and Kalavati became very afraid and requested to be pardoned. Sages Sanak, feeling pity on them, told that Maina would become the wife of Himalaya in her next birth and give birth to Parvati. Similarly, Danya would be married to King Janaka and Sita would be born to them. Similarly, Kalavati would be married to Vrishban and Radha would be born to them. Sage Sanak also told them that in this way all 3 of them would attain heaven. Brahma told Narada that after getting married with Maina, Himalaya enjoyed a happy married life for a long time. Once Lord Vishnu paid a visit to his place accompanied by all the deities and revealed to him that very soon the incarnation of Sati, that is Parvati, is going to take birth. Himalaya was very pleased. Birth of Parvati. Himalaya and Maina commenced their penance with the objective of getting Uma as their daughter. Maina did a tremendous penance which lasted for 27 years. Goddess Uma became very pleased by her penance. Maina expressed her desire of having 100 valiant sons and a daughter who would be worshipped by the people in all the 3 worlds and was blessed. Himalaya and Maina engaged themselves in the worship of Shiva and Shakti day and night. After some days, Parvati manifested herself by taking birth. Himalaya and Maina felt proud. One day, sage Narada arrived there. Himalaya requested him to study the palm of Parvati as he was curious to know about her future. After studying the lines of the palm, Narada predicted that Parvati was destined to be the wife of self-born Rudra. Narada told Himalaya that to have Rudra as a husband, Parvati will have to accomplish great austerities and penance. When Uma had attained the marriageable age, she told Maina about her dream in which she had seen a Brahmin instructing her to do penance in order to have Rudra as her husband. The birth of Baum, Mars. Once when the Ganas of Shiva praised the glory of Mother Sati, Lord Shiva became overjoyed just like an ordinary human being. In his joy, he travelled all around the 3 worlds. He returned back to Kailash and went into meditation. While he was engrossed in his samadhi, 3 drops of perspiration originated from his forehead fell down on the earth. From those drops manifested a very beautiful infant who was of reddish complexion and who had 4 arms. Seeing the child, Lord Shiva became concerned about his upbringing. Right then, Mother Earth manifested and Lord Shiva entrusted the job of child's upbringing. The child was brought up by Mother Earth with great love and care. The child was named Baum as he was nurtured and brought up by Bhumi. When the child grew up, he went to Kashi and did a tremendous penance to please Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva became pleased with him and blessed him by granting him Mangala Loka, which was superior even to the Shukra Loka. The same Bauma is established in the solar system by the name of Mars. Shiva arrives at Himalaya and the conversation with Parvati. One day, Lord Shiva, accompanied by his Ganas like Bringi, Nandi, arrived at Himalaya with the purpose of doing penance. When Parvati's father Himalaya came to know about his arrival, he went to receive him. After he had made his salutations to Shiva, he was instructed by Shiva to see that he is not disturbed while doing his penance. Himalaya made all the necessary arrangements so that Lord Shiva could perform his penance without being disturbed. One day, Himalaya arrived at the place where Lord Shiva was doing his penance. Parvati too came along with him. Himalaya requested him to keep Parvati so that she could be at his service. Lord Shiva declined to keep her with him, fearing her presence might cause hindrance in the path of his penance. Now Himalaya became very concerned about his daughter's future and wondered whether Parvati would remain unmarried. When Parvati saw her father becoming worried by Shiva's response, she decided to intervene. She said to Lord Shiva, I am Prakriti and you are the Purusha. You exist in the second form because of me. In my absence, you will find it impossible even to exist. Lord Shiva was impressed by her knowledge. He allowed her to be present near her. Himalaya and Parvati became very pleased. Parvati used to come daily at the place where Lord Shiva was doing his penance. Her companions too used to come along. She used to engage herself in the worship of Lord Shiva with great devotion. Though Lord Shiva was very much impressed by her devotion, but he decided that he won't marry her until she has proved her mettle by her tremendous penance. The deities were tormented by a demon named Tarakasur. They went to Lord Brahma to seek his help. Lord Brahma sends Kamadeva to disturb the samadhi of Shiva so that being influenced by him, Shiva married Parvati and ultimately kills Tarakasura. This attempt of Brahma was unsuccessful. Shiva burnt Kamadeva with the help of his third eye. Parvati then redoubled her effort to attract the attention of Shiva by engaging herself in a tremendous penance. The birth of Vajrang. Brahma said to Narada, Kashyapa, the son of Marichi, had 13 wives. Titi was the eldest among them. She was the mother of Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha. Both her sons were killed by Lord Vishnu in his incarnations of Narasimha and Varaha, respectively. Diti became very sad by the death of her sons. After some time, she again became pregnant, but the fetus was destroyed by Indra's weapon, Vajra, in the womb itself. However, Indra was not able to destroy the fetus completely, but was only successful in dividing the fetus into 49 parts. These 49 parts later on became famous as Marudaganas. Again, Diti gave birth to Vajrang, who was very valiant and brave. When he grew up, Diti ordered him to defeat the deities. With his mother's permission and blessings, Vajrang defeated the deities and held them captive. He fastened all the deities with strings and himself became the king of heaven. Seeing the pitiable state of the deities, Brahma went to Vajrang accompanied by Kashyapa and requested him to free the deities. Vajrang agreed to free them but said he did not have any aspiration of becoming the king of heaven. He only wanted to teach a lesson to Indra. Vajrang returned the heaven to the deities. Later on, he married Varanji, who had been created by Brahma. In the next video, Parvati Kand will be continued. Om Namah Shivaya.